I've been involved in these since the get-go, and the collaboration that has materialized over the last few years between the different groups is fantastic. I think it's making a difference.
The access to education, support, products, and healthcare. That the pet is that of a lifetime, so that there's that commitment piece there, and it can be individually defined, probably by the human. So we can't necessarily just say that this is the exact definition that is imposed on absolutely everyone, so there's some flexibility there. Basically, our number one is lack of knowledge, and that seemed to incorporate a lot of the things that actually were listed above here, but really emphasizing that the owner, how they accessed information, if they got the right match or not, within that all comes back to the idea of knowledge. And
a big barrier is, of course, if you don't know what you don't know. And until somebody comes along and shows you differently, all you see is what's in front of you, what you've been doing. So
the most important element of successful collaboration is respect, is mutual respect among the different groups, whether they be educational groups like different professions or different levels of government and so on. So lack of respect is really important for effective collaboration.
For the barriers, we had mixed messaging. So, for example, on the internet, you're going to get a lot of different messages. That was spoken about today, I think, by Drew earlier. A lack of knowledge, lack of effective legislation, different belief systems. Some believe that maybe there shouldn't be pets in homes at all. So, different types of beliefs. Certainly, the cost around keeping a pet, bans. And availability of services, so and also sourcing. So with respect to finding good sources of pets, ethical and educated sources of pets that provide quality animals that can go into the community.
Good, very inspiring.
Is there anything you would take away from the day?
I'm definitely going to work on the pet experience, and I'm going to take that back to Red Deer, and hopefully we can move forward with that.
So what we felt after many discussions is what needed to be done is to develop a clear, focused message that would identify one or two priorities. So we want to start not small, but we want to start focused, and the consensus here was the priorities should be cats. In terms of collaborative opportunities, we really wish that through the exercise it would result in groups unifying their efforts and the messaging so that we are all sing the same tune.
The first barrier that we had was actually gathering right stakeholders. We don't know that we have the right stakeholders entirely in this room, so would we need to reach out to community? Would we involve people that are non-pet owners in getting them to the table? So that would be a very big first step.
Leveraging existing associations using a social media portal or meeting structure. We talked about blogging, and how we're going to figure out how we begin that conversation, because it is about figuring out the people who are wanting to be a part of this and making them responsible for getting that message, that clear message that sometimes, like we were talking about, too much. And so this is where we need to start.
Yeah, what needs to be done to overcome the barrier would be to build respect and trust. And that starts at home within our urban animal industry and then moves out to the community, because we need to respect each other before they'll respect us. And then talk about two styles of training dogs. One is discipline-based and the other is operant conditioning or reward-based. And we thought, how do you get two people that are extremely polarized on an issue to agree? Well, what can they agree on? They can agree that a well-trained dog is a very good outcome. And so we skipped the what, which is the training mechanism, and we moved straight to the why, which is the outcome. And we thought that if we build consensus towards an outcome, that we would be way more effective at delivering the what within our own industry, because we all know we're aiming for that one thing. And how we get there doesn't matter.
One thing that hit us right away was that a real collaboration. You know, you have a real collaboration when both parties' success is mirrored by the other party's success, that one cannot succeed without the other. Devoting time to talk. We need to take time to make time. If we don't take time for the collaborative efforts that we need, it's never going to happen. It's just like everything else in life. If we don't do it, it won't happen.
What we needed to make sure that our local messaging was consistent. So that's the way to get around that. If every time they go to someplace locally, whether it's the Humane Society or the veterinary clinic or the pet store or whatever, if they're getting the same message there, that'll override, at least hopefully, all the other messages coming in just off the Google search.